Hey lifers, and welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited. Today I am in a totally different vehicle. I'm driving my mom's car because I am visiting the Bronx, New York. So I am back in my hood. Just visiting, spending time with family, dropping off the kids like I do every month. Usually we just go to North Carolina. We don't come all the way to New York. But we had a family emergency, so we came all the way to New York this time. And so during this visit, I'm gonna bring you to different areas in the Bronx where I grew up at. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. So hey everybody, today is day 2 of me being here in the Bronx. I decided to get out the house. I really don't have anything to do, anywhere to go. I don't want to spend any money. My mom is not here yet. We left her in North Carolina so that we can come on to New York and take care of some business. So I'm out today and I'm just riding around, and I figured I would show you some parts of the Bronx. So let's check it out. Oh, this is one of the shopping plazas that that when I was growing up, we used to come over here, and we used to, when I was in high school, and I used to come over, and over here on the right, I will say, none of these stores were here. Not a one. I mean, these are all brand new stores. The Dime Savings Bank was always here, but then we had a play place where the children's place is. Straight ahead, when I was about 18, which was many moons ago, they built this Old Navy, and that's been there a while. The Gap was not there. So yeah, it's changed a whole lot. Well, maybe I'll take y'all by my high school. Let's go by my old high school. Lifers, this is my old high school. I graduated from Adelaide East Stevenson High School in the Bronx. And this is my school. Let me drive you around. They're closed right now. So I'm going to drive you around and let you see pretty much what the school looks like. I don't come back home often. I will say that. I don't come home often. So it's been maybe 8, 9 years since I've been home. Everybody always talks about why I don't come home more often. I am just comfortable in Georgia. That was the front of the building. They actually had school today, so there were students outside. But this is the front of the building. The gate used to be black, not blue. But blue is nice, I guess. Trying to liven it up. That is the number 5 bus, the BX5. We took public transportation to school. So this bus would stop right in the front of the building. We would get off, go into school. And that's how we get to school in the city. We would get bus passes, and then they would, we would get bus passes. Once you get to the 3rd grade here in the city, they would give you bus passes, and you would start taking public transportation. We didn't have school buses where we would get school buses in the neighborhood, but this is my school. Was my school. It's 3 stories, and it takes up a entire city block. So our schools up north are really large. Really, really large. As you see, that's the back of the building. Neighborhood still looks pretty much the same. Not much has changed. I had a cousin that lived in this building on Pugsley. Actually, 2 cousins that lived in that building. So we were able to leave for lunch. Sometimes I would leave for lunch and go to their house. In the summertime, I would go over there because they had a pool in their neighborhood. On this side is where you have the tennis courts, and we used to have tennis. On the far side, back over there, it's really hard to see, is our football field. Is our football field. That was an elementary school right there. So we have the elementary school. This has been here for years. I remember when they built it and put it there. That's the old folks home, we call it. The senior citizen center or home is what is located there. They didn't have a gate before. We used to be able to cut through after school. During lunchtime, we were able to come out for lunch. And back here, there was actually seating area at the back of the school. All of this used to be seating area, and so you used to be able to come outside and just have lunch in the back. So that's different. I don't think they let them out anymore. Okay, so on the right is the elementary school. On the left is the athletic field that we use. And straight ahead used to be it was the Boys and Girls Club. It was the Boys and Girls Club. And so we would get out of school and come over to the Boys and Girls Club. Oh, they put an ice skating rink there. Wow. So they made an ice skating rink with the Boys and Girls Club. That's nice. And you'll see to the right, it says Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. So you would learn how to swim. I mean, it was just a nice place for the inner city youth to go, including myself, and did not have to pay. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over to the first school I ever worked at. This the woman that worked for the district office that interviewed and hired me on the spot, she is now the principal of the school that I used to work at. So we're gonna ride by. Like I said, it's 7 o'clock in the evening, so the school is closed, but I do want to take you through and let you see where I started my educational journey. Okay, so coming up on the right is the elementary school that I went to. A lot of people would be surprised to know that I actually went to a Catholic school. For my elementary school, I went to Holy Cross. I went to the Catholic school, Holy Cross, from second grade until I graduated in the 8th grade. This was my home. I went to school here. I graduated 8th grade here, which ironically ended up being the school across the street from my first public school. I could remember when we had to go to service, the upper grades finally moved over to the annex building, which was across the street. I did school patrol in the morning and the afternoon. They would cut this street off by putting barricades right here, and we actually just played in the street. That's what we did. We had our recess in the street every day. When I was in school, elementary school, these houses were here, but there weren't houses on this side. I do remember those houses. The building was there. There was so many days that we just walked home from school because it was quicker than waiting for the bus. Rain, sleet, snow, or hail, we were out here. Growing up, these houses were not here. This house was here. It's been here forever. But the gray houses are newer. So on this side, this is the convent. That's where the women stay. And then, oh, no, that's the rectory. And then the convent is on this side. Yeah, the convent is right here. And the rectory was on the other side. I remember that clearly. And that was the church. So we would have service on Wednesdays. So for years I studied Catholicism. Yeah, it was Catholic. I wasn't a Catholic, but because I went to Catholic school, we had to study what they were studying. Look, grade 2 dismissal area. Okay, so this is what I'm most excited about, even though I love my elementary school. But this school across the street is where I got my educational start from. I taught here at Pier 69 in the Bronx. The principal is Miss Sheila Durant, and she's the one that hired me. I really went for an interview just so that I can see what it would be like to interview and get up interviewing skills, and she hired me on the spot. I will never forget that, and I appreciate her for that. She hired me for special education, first, second, third grade. First, second, third, and fourth. We we bridged our kids. So I taught first, second, and third grade, first, second, third, and fourth grade. In one classroom, my first year teaching, and this is where I was. Oh my goodness. So my 20-year-old went to this daycare, Seabury, which was right across the street from the school. So I would cross the street and go to work right there. The route that I would often take walking home from school, we would just walk. It's never uncommon that you would just walk home from school and get to where you got to go, socializing with your friends, just chilling on the way home. Up in front, you'll see that there is a park. So it was totally different. We used to call it the fields when I was growing up. To the right was a military base way back when. Even when I grew up, it was already closed down. But up ahead is Soundview Park now. It was not Soundview Park. When I was in school, it was the fields. There was nothing in it. There was no basketball court, football court. There was nothing in it but fields. It was grass, bushes, and fields. And we would cut through the fields to get across to our building, which is literally on our building complex, which is on the other side of the fields, or Soundview Park now. And as a young person, I never worried about walking the fields. It was dark, there was no lights, there was nothing, but it was just regular for us. I mean, just regular. So let me show you my neighborhood. That's the neighborhood across the fields. Now this baseball portion was there, but all of this other stuff was grass. So over there is my neighborhood. Over there is Lafayette. That's my neighborhood. Story Avenue. Soundview area in the Bronx. It's my neighborhood. Okay, so I live on Boynton. This is Morrison, actually. But we have 4 buildings in our housing complex. This is the back side. We call this the back side on Morrison. They've tried to dress it up, try to make it look pretty. It's the same. It is the same. I will say that. They put the awnings out front. They tried to make them condos and co-ops, and that didn't really work out for them. They have this new signage, Lafayette Estates. That's new. It was not ever there. So that is new. When they tried to sell it as condos and co-ops, which did not work out. Nobody bought them. They sold about 10%. But these are the buildings. So this is my neighborhood. This is where I grew up. Friends, family, good, bad, or indifferent. This was home for so many years. Learned lots of lessons here. So, as always, thank you all for watching. I love you guys. Don't forget, make each and every day amazing. Bye for now.